I was just a little boy when they told me you were gone. Didn't understand death, I just knew something was wrong. Mama standing by the window, tears running down her face. Said your daddy was a good man, they just took him away. I said, who took him, mama? Where they take my dad? She said, don't worry about it, baby, you don't need to know that. But I knew she was lying, I could see it in her eyes. She was trying to protect me from a truth she couldn't hide. They said the police shot him, said it all went down fast. One moment he was living, next moment in the past. Mama said there were questions, said the story wasn't right. Said she saw too many holes in what they told her that night. So she went to court, yeah, she carried all the pain. Walked in with my father's picture, walked out with the same. No justice, no answers, just another case closed. And I learned that sometimes truth ain't the thing that gets chose. The world took everything, everything I tried to hold. Took my father when I was young, left my mama growing cold. I thought I finally found my peace, thought I finally found my home. But every time I built something, the world said, that's not yours to own. Yeah. Then I grew up, started school, tried to find my way. But the streets had different lessons every single day. There was a crew called the Outcast, everybody knew the name. They said, if you wanna be somebody, better join the game. I said, nah, I'm good, I don't need nobody's crew. Next thing I know, I'm on the pavement looking up at shoes, 3 of them kicking. I was covering my face, they said, you don't belong here, boy, know your place. I went home with a bloody shirt, told mama that I failed. She looked me in my eyes, seen where it wasn't telling well. She said, baby, don't become what hurt you. I said, mama, I'm trying. She said, then keep on walking. So I kept on climbing. I studied while they hustled, read books while they fought. I knew I had a future, they just couldn't see the thought. Graduation day came, mama sitting in the crowd. When they called my name, I saw her standing proud. She cried when I walked across. I smiled and held my head. I took everything, everything I tried to hold. Took my father when I was young, left my mama growing cold. I thought I finally found my peace, thought I finally found my home. But every time I built something, the world said, that's not yours to own. Yeah. Got a job, got a paycheck, started making something, met a woman, fell in love, thought I finally found her. Put a ring on her finger, promise of my life. Had 2 boys and for a minute everything felt right. Man, I love them boys, that's the truth of my life. I come home tired just to hear them say daddy. I forget about the world, forget about the pain. For a little while I thought I had escaped my father's fate. Then I found out my wife had another man. Whole life I built started slipping through my hands. She said I want a divorce, I said what about the kids? She said we'll figure that out. That's when I knew what this was. Then my boys looked at me and said, daddy, let us stay. I said I'm fighting for you. They said don't let them take us away. But the courtroom felt familiar. Same cold walls, same pain, different woman sitting beside me. Different kind of rain, judge said the children will remain with their mother. I heard my youngest crying, I couldn't move, couldn't speak. Just watch my boys walk away. Again, like my father had been taken from me. Only this time, I was old enough to understand exactly what it meant. I went home to 2 empty bedrooms, our toys sat on the floor. Their shoes still by the doorway, but I couldn't hear them anymore. I called every night, said, daddy loves you. They said, when are you coming home? I said, soon. But I didn't know. And every time I hung up, I felt a little more alone. The world took everything, everything I tried to hold. Took my father when I was young, it took my children when they grew. I thought I finally found my peace, thought I finally found my home. But every time I built something, the world said, that's not yours to own.